Now at 8, today is our fall craft special.
Learn how to make your very own paper pumpkin.
And as always, we have your weekend forecast. Get the coffee ready and open up those eyes. You're waking up with Cardinal Sunrise.
For a good morning from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom, you're watching NewsLink Indiana's Cardinal Sunrise.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Kamara Munn.
And I'm Jackson White.
And I'm Wyatt Mayer. You're waking up with Cardinal Sunrise.
Okay, so today we have these crafty pumpkins, as you can see on the front of the desk. They're very cute. We're going to be making some of those pumpkins today. How you guys feel?
I think I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Feeling good. I already practiced right before this, so I'm feeling confident with my abilities to make a pumpkin. That's for sure.
Yes. Have we made some of these pumpkins before prior to the practice round? Now, this is my first time making a arts and craft pumpkin.
I'm not the biggest arts and craft person, so this will be my first time making a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yes.
I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I did arts and crafts, so this is a good change of pace from what I normally do.
Yeah. Do you all carve pumpkins at all? Have you carved
Yes,
a
a
pumpkin?
yearly carver when it comes to pumpkins.
Same. Did you do one yet?
Not yet. I'm probably going to go to the pumpkin patch here soon, get a pumpkin, and then go carve it. I'm
Okay.
not sure what I'm going to do.
Okay. I did mine over the weekend during fall break with my mom and my sister, and we carved our pumpkins. I did a Snoopy. It was so cute.
Nice.
Nuts, yes.
How long did that take? A
It
Snoopy?
took a little minute. I like to freehand. So I had to do that. I had to draw it on the pumpkin first, so that was a little struggle. But after that, the carving was simple.
My favorite part of carving pumpkins is that my family always saved the pumpkin seeds, and we would roast them and cover them with salt or cinnamon or sugar.
That sounds so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was always one of my favorite fall treats growing up.
For some reason, I'm becoming a pumpkin girl for sure this season. I don't know what it is. I had a pumpkin spice roll the other day, and I was just like, I just love pumpkin. I love pumpkin pie.
Can I borrow your stapler? This one is
Yes.
not working. I appreciate it.
Let me make sure mine is all together. Cause that
People are
one...
really going to be judging our craft making.
Okay,
on
so
the spot.
right now we're just stapling the middle just to make a circle. I've got mine together somewhat. Are you guys
Sort of getting there. There we go.
sort of getting there? Yeah, the staplers are giving
Mine
us a hard
does not
time.
look like everyone else's. This is what I have so far.
Okay, he's ahead of the
It's just
game.
not
There we
the
go.
best, but
So-
we're making an attempt.
So we're just gonna bring all of these to the middle to create a circle like pumpkin. And then we're gonna staple the middle.
Alrighty. Yeah, let's see if the stapler is working. Maybe I wasn't
Y'all have
pressing hard
any-
enough.
Halloween plans at all? Costumes?
I'm not sure. I actually will be on the desk on Halloween.
Oh, really?
For this show, yes. So I'm not sure what I'm going to wear.
Oh, that sounds fun. I think I'm gonna do a costume this year.
What are you thinking about doing?
I don't know. I feel like I want to do one of the Incredibles, the mom.
That'd be cool.
I just saw that on TikTok and I just ran with it. I haven't really put any thought into my Halloween costume, but
Yeah. I've been Batman for the past 4 years, but I think I'm gonna switch it up.
why
So-
have you been Batman for so long?
I just can't. I can never
One trick
bring
pony
myself
over here.
to spending money
Oh,
on something I'm only gonna wear once. You know what I mean? And plus, it's Batman. He's awesome. You never go wrong with Batman at a Halloween
Right.
gathering.
See, my pumpkin is just not giving what it's supposed to give right now.
Okay, my stapler. I'm having
See?
technical difficulties with the
You got the
stapler
better
this
one.
morning.
You can try this one here.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Let me set up my pumpkin. Oh, there we go.
So I've mostly completed my pumpkin. It's green.
Yes, that's very nice.
There we
That looks
go.
nice.
We'll take it.
How are you all feeling about the weather? Weather's been giving me a hard time.
Now that's the thing. Because in the morning it's like 45, 50 degrees, and then by the time it's noon, 2 o'clock, it's now 60 degrees.
I see that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, the walk here was brutal. I was shaking in my boots for sure.
Yes, it was freezing cold, but it's been fall for a couple of weeks now, right? So we're just now feeling the weather, the fall weather.
I mean, it was really
temperatures.
nice until this week. I mean, it was 75, almost 80 this past weekend.
Correct. I was so cold when I came back on campus, especially in Muncie. It's colder here than it is in Indy. So
Sure.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah. I lived in Indy my whole life, and you'd think I'd be used to the cold weather by now, but it still gives me the chills whenever I walk outside, and it's just anything,
Yeah,
any weather below 60.
I'm in agreement there. I'm a big summer weather type of person.
Goodness,
Yeah.
I'm just struggling. So, do you all have any particular favorite candy for Halloween when you all went trick or treating? Did you all have like a certain candy that you picked from your bag?
I was definitely more of a gummy type of guy. I like the gummy worms, the just anything really gummy. And one thing I didn't really like is candy corn.
There we go.
Oh,
I would get very upset when I received candy corn.
Yeah.
see, candy corn is a hit or a miss for me. I like it sometimes. Other days, I just can't do it. Okay, lastly, I need a piece of tape, and then I'm gonna.
There we
Oh, you
go.
got yours
your
done
stem?
too?
Yeah, I gotta have a longer stem. That way it's easier to hold.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
Grab the
That is a
pumpkin, yeah.
quite long stem.
Extra long stem. There we go. I got a red pumpkin.
Very pumpkin. Yeah.
Okay.
Got a very diverse group of pumpkins. We got a pink
Yeah.
one, red one, green one. We got some blue ones on the desk right there.
Yeah, those are a
Okay.
little better than ours, but
Yeah.
not bad. I should
That's
say.
what we have so far. If I had to rate mine, I'd give it a cool 5.
Why I think yours is probably the best out of the bunch.
Yeah.
But
Not to toot my own horn, I
ours
think
are-
you guys is good.
they're pumpkins.
Yeah.
So
Yes, they look very nice. I think we did a good job.
yeah, it's not bad.
Not too
Not
bad.
bad.
Not too shabby. Yeah, of course.
Well, along with those weather, the cold weather, are you guys looking forward to anything else? Homecoming is coming up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Homecoming's coming up, and obviously the big homecoming tailgate is also really big. I'm excited for that.
Yes,
course.
I'm always excited for tailgate. Well, thank you guys for making those beautiful pumpkins. We'll go ahead and toss it over to Kendra for weather.
Yes, thank you guys. Looking off of the Cooper Science Building, we're seeing that really pretty sunrise and not really a cloud in the sky right now. We are in that advisory until 9 today. We're seeing 36 in Muncie, 35 up in Kokomo, 44 in Indianapolis, but taking a closer look into Muncie, we're seeing 36 in Farmland, 35 in Newcastle, and 37 over in Richmond. However, in the next 12 hours, we are going to be increasing from 63 degrees all the way to 70 degrees, which is our high by 5. And now what I'm going to be tracking are autumn temperatures coming our way. Sunshine will be continuing and weather whiplash in my upcoming forecast.
All right, thank you, Kendra.
Now, where else are we seeing these fall temperatures?
Find out with your national forecast.
Apart. Or you can take action by joining a movement that's creating lasting change instead. Because at World Vision, we believe that no situation is hopeless. Join a movement that's changing the world for good.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 Americans are sick of the divisions in our country? But there's one small step we can take to remember that we're still connected. All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. Because even if we don't see eye to eye, we can still talk heart to heart. So let's talk for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Okay, here we go, throw it! Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
Taking a look at our current temperatures right now, we see it is very cooler in our eastern, midwestern area as well as our eastern coastal areas. But as we take a look down south, we see it's a bit warmer down in those mid-60s, but as we take a look up north, we see cooler temperatures again. And then as we look at today's high, we are going to see those high 60s, possibly even 70s, but
As we look down south, we see high 80s, possibly even 90s. And then as we look at that northern Pacific, we see 57. And for our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, we see above average temperatures like I just mentioned. In Texas, we saw 88 degrees, and we just see above average temperatures in those Central Plains areas. But as we take a look at our West Coast as well as our East Coast, we see below average temperatures. And for our current watches and warnings, like I mentioned before, we are experiencing some cooler temperatures, much colder weather. There's a freeze warning on our eastern coastal area and a frost advisory more in our area. But as we take a look at our coastal Carolinas, we see a special weather advisory as well as a gale warning. And a gale warning is basically just stronger winds along those coasts. And then in our Gulf areas, we are going to see a small craft advisory, and that's just if you have a smaller vessel to take advice and just be careful. And as we take a look at our out west, we see a flood watch, and I really think this flood is from low pressure out west as well as some tropical storms and hurricanes that have pushed along in that area. And then up north, we are going to see more winter weather along those mountainous regions. And for our current radar out west, we see those storms start to fire up along that western Utah, Phoenix area. And then for our area, we are actually going to see a cold front make its way in. And for our future cast, we are going to continue to see that weather move in this morning. Thanks. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Coming up,
Your full local forecast.
Mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I'm doing much better now. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
Through thick and thin, DAV's been there for me and my family.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned.
My victory is getting my life back.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Let's say this is your head. It's way too easy to let it fill up with the wrong stuff. Anxieties, pressure, worries, school, social life, family problems. You can do nothing and keep it all in. Much better to let it out. Talk to friends, parents, a trusted teacher. A solid first step you can take is visit yourlifeyourvoice.org. You'll find proven, practical ideas that can help you get back on track. You only have one head. Look after it.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that the big homie needs help too. You can't just rebound from everything. I know you've been grinding.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. I wonder why we waited so long. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind. Let's see how far we can go.
Muncie and 36 in Fort Wayne, 44 in Indianapolis, and 39 in Bloomington. Now taking a closer look into Muncie, we are seeing those upper 30s for most of our surrounding counties. And now that is going to bring us into our next 12 hours. We are going to see that steady increase of temperature beginning at 12, and then by 5 we are going to see 69 degrees, which is going to bring us into our high of 70 degrees today with those calm sunny winds, and we are going to remain in that sunny conditions for most of our day today. But tonight we can see by 7 we're going to be at 64 degrees, 9, 58 degrees, and 11, 57 degrees. 70 degrees on Saturday, 71 Sunday and Monday, 76 Tuesday, and 77 Wednesday, with our average high being 69 degrees. So we are really seeing those above average temperatures for our time of the year right now. And for our fall meter, we can definitely stick to that iced coffee because these temperatures are not going to let go anytime soon. And you can definitely keep those summer clothes out because, again, those temperatures are not going to be letting down. We're not going to see those fall-like temperatures that we are really wanting to pull those clothes out. But we are going to take a look into our drought monitor. We are still in that severe drought for Muncie, and our below counties down here, Richmond, Winchester, Henry, and Anderson, we are still in that moderate drought for that region. Now looking into our precision clouds, we do see those clouds move in early Saturday, but they are going to move out and we are going to have a clear start for our weekend, and it's going to remain clear for our weekend. Now, looking at our 7-day forecast, we can see 70 degrees Friday, 71 and 72 Saturday and Sunday, and then we are going to warm up next week to 77 degrees as our high next week on Tuesday, and we are going to remain in those calm, sunny conditions for our week. Thank you so much.
Coming up, we come off the desk and make way for sports.
Ball State football had a huge win last Saturday.
And MLB playoffs are in full swing.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
Can you help me?
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without a high school diploma. My name is Ariel, and my entire life changed when I took a chance and I got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I pushed through all the challenges. Oh my goodness.
So Ariel, we made this yearbook for you. It has notes from all the people that are here. Your achievement has set an example for so many students. Most importantly, your daughter.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Welcome back to Cardinal Sunrise. I'm Chris McCullough.
And I'm Aiden McNally with sports. Ball State football is looking to remain undefeated in MAC play this Saturday against Western Michigan at Waldo Stadium in Kalamazoo. With this being an important matchup for both squads, what should we expect from this contest?
For Western Michigan to come out hungry, look, this is a team that's won 3 straight games, back-to-back games in the MAC against Toledo and UMass, and they run the ball extremely effectively, which if you're Ball State, you have to take that away. Both these teams average over 145 rushing yards per game. You have to take away that rushing game for them. And you know how you do that? You force them to pass. And with guys like Nathan Voris and DeJuan Eccles as our pass rushers, look, we're 13th nationally in sacks, with Voris being the nation's leader in sacks and the current MAC Defensive Player of the Week. He has to have a big game on defense, and our defense as a whole has to play well if we want to have a chance against the Broncos.
Yeah, the main thing to watch out for if you're the Ball State defense is Broncos quarterback Brock Lowry's ability to use his legs as a dual-threat quarterback. He leads the team in rushing yards as the QB. Prioritize containing his versatility first, then adjust given the trend of how that is going. But also expect this to be a very low-scoring game. These are two offenses that have struggled in MAC play. Western Michigan only dropped 14 and 21 points in their 2 MAC games. Ball State obviously only recorded 20 points in their only MAC game. So don't expect this contest to have a shootout or offensive dynamite kind of trend.
As the MLB's divisional round is coming to a close, these playoffs have proven to bring the excitement all baseball fans were hoping for.
With that being said, here's a look at the current state of the playoff picture.
And we start across the northern border with the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees. The Blue Jays handled business in 4 games, winning 3-1, even without shortstop Bo Bichette. Vlad Guerrero Jr., the face of the franchise, he had an offensive field day through all 4 of these games, including 9 hits and 9 RBIs with 5 runs scored. He and others torched this Yankees pitching staff of Max Fried and company, and with guys like Trent Grisham and Jazz Chisholm having disappointing plate performances, it opened the floodgates for the Blue Jays to ultimately win this series, improve AL East dominance over New York.
Over to the other AL series, the Tigers-Mariners matchup, one of the 2 divisional round series going to a 5th game. This has been an absolute roller coaster of a series. This is the only series in the divisional round where no commanding lead has been taken. That being said, consistency has really been a problem for both teams in this series. One game, the Mariners' offense is on fire. The next game, they're cold. One game, the Tigers' offense is cold. The next game, they're fire. Pitching has been consistent for most part of for both ball clubs. So I believe the team that finds a stride offensively will be the team to move on to the ALCS.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what happens in Game 5.
Now over to the NL, we have a series that just wrapped up last night in a extra inning nail-biter. The Dodgers-Phillies. Dodgers took this series 3-1 to punch their ticket to the NLCS for the 5th time in 9 years. But this series never looked convincing for the Dodgers. Their offense never really found a good groove in this series. Defense was kind of the main reasons for their 3 wins, given the bat has been cold for majority of their order. This Dodgers team can absolutely win it all. This roster showed that last year, but this series has me questioning if they actually will because of the fashion they won those 3 games in.
And over to the final divisional round series, the other series going to 5 games, the Milwaukee Brewers and Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs came out playing hot at Wrigley Field in games 3 and 4, but Milwaukee owned games 1 and 2. Back at home, winning 9-3 and 7-3 respectively. But as you see on your screen there, the Cubs came out on fire, won games 3 and 4, and they proved why they won 50 home games in the regular season. And it was all capped off with an emphatic 6-0 win in Game 4 with a 3-run homer by Ian Happ. Overall, the Cubs came back to form, and it'll be exciting to see what happens in this NL Central rivalry, kind of a war of attrition in Game 5 back in Milwaukee.
I'm excited.
Coming up, we've got your Breaking Down the Science.
And your final look at weather.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
You crank it and the beat just moves you right down the hallway. Why not? It doesn't hurt anyone. But listening too long and too loud can actually hurt your hearing. Excessive volume in earbuds, stadiums, and at concerts, even loud machinery, can damage hearing in just 15 minutes.
1 in 5 people 12 years and older now has some kind of hearing loss. So see a hearing professional and let's get those ears checked and boogie on.
Welcome back, and we have Breaking Down the Silence with Tyler. Tyler, what do you have with us?
Yes, so if you were watching earlier, my good friend Rachel actually clued us in that most of the Ohio River Valley is under a frost advisory. and I'm here to break down the science behind frost to make sure you're weather aware. Now, moving over to my right, your left, we have what I would call a diurnal temperature graph. Here in red, my red line represents our temperature fluctuations throughout the day, and our green line represents our dew point. Now, in order to get frost, we need to be near or below freezing, and that is represented by this dotted line right here. So, to break down again, for frost, we need to get those below freezing temperatures. We do need saturation, so we do need our temperature and our dew point to be nearly identical. And we do need those calm and clear nights that we have been having. Okay, that means that we have little to no wind, we have little to no cloud cover, and that is what causes frost to form. It goes from the gaseous state to the solid state, and it'll freeze to cars, plants, and anything. So now that we know a little bit about how frost forms, let's talk about some mitigation techniques. So maybe you bought pumpkins already for Halloween, or you got those late season crops, the cabbages, carrots, a lot of root vegetables still sticking around this time of season. So, in order to mitigate some of those crop damages, let's take a look here. We want to bring potted plants inside. Those pumpkins, those plants that are still in those pots, you want to bring them inside. Maybe not all the way indoors, but someplace warmer than outside. Maybe that's a garage, maybe that's a barn, maybe that's a shed. Bring those inside and it'll help protect those plants from frost damage. For those plants that are rooted in the ground, we want to cover them with a sheet, a fabric sheet, because plastic ones will not work. This will help trap in our daytime heating and keep the heat trapped within the plants. The other thing that is more commonly used around the South, especially in Florida and Georgia with the peach and orange trees, is they will wet the plants when there is a frost advisory. This will help store latent heat and keep those plants from being subdued to some of the frost damages that occurs. The other early season technique that you can use is mulching. Mulching protects the roots of the plant to help resist and regrow after frost damage. The other thing is maybe you have pets or livestock. Here we're going to be talking about real quickly what to do. So you want to bring those pets inside. Again, it doesn't have to be all the way indoors. But we do also want to not cover them with blankets, and we also want the extra food. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Tyler. But really, the weather right now in Muncie is kind of in a strange situation. What do you guys feel about it?
I'm not a fan of the weather right now. I'm not gonna lie. I was a fan of the warmer temperatures. How about you? Are y'all liking the weather?
I'm liking that it's getting a lot colder. However, right now it's a little bit too cold for my liking. But let's check in with Kendra for our local weather.
To increase to 76 Monday and 77 Tuesday, 71 Wednesday, and 74 Thursday. So we are going to be seeing some relief from that cold weather, and hopefully we will be experiencing some nicer weather. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Kendra. That's all we have this Friday morning for Cardinal Sunrise.
And thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Have a great rest of your Friday and a fantastic weekend.